are a lot of things to do as always. My brain feels like it's about to explode. I'm not even sure I should be showing you this. It was just so nice to have someone that really wanted to talk to me and share their story, which is honestly so surreal to think that it's coming to the end of second year. The sun is out, I'm in the best mood, and this is gonna be a really good week. Hello my loves and welcome back to my channel. So it's currently Monday the 14th of March and we are back with another weekly vlog. As always in my life, we seem to have a very busy jam-packed week coming up, so I thought I would bring you all along. So if you do like the sound of today's video, please remember to give it a big thumbs up, and if you are new here, then hi, welcome. My name is Anna. I'm a second year medical student at the University of Birmingham, and it would mean the absolute world if you decided to stick around and subscribe. Click that little button. It literally takes 2 seconds. Anyway, this morning I got up nice and early, got some breakfast, I did my yoga, and now I've just had my coffee and written myself a little to-do list and time blocked everything that I want to get done today. As you can see, there is quite a long list of bits that I need to get done. We also have this huge personal interest project, which is a 3,000 word essay, which might seem nothing to some of you, but to a medical student that's used to very short answers, that is a lot, and that is due next Monday. So we have a lot of work over the week that we need to do towards that. But right now, I actually don't have anything in the medical school till this afternoon, so I'm going to stay in here for the morning. But yes, let's just crack on and have a really productive start to the week and a really good Monday. The sun is out, I'm in the best mood, this is going to be a really good week. Now, two of my biggest tips when it comes to motivation and staying focused are the Forest Timer app and listening to instrumental music whilst you work. So I just put on this Disney instrumental playlist and did an hour of anatomy prep for the afternoon before actually deciding to do some work on my PIP, which is all about a vegan and vegetarian diet in children, reversing the effects of cardiovascular disease later in life. So I actually had a tiny little spurt of motivation, so I decided to do an hour on my PIP. With long essays like this, I always just think when you feel like doing it, just do it, because you need to be in the right headspace, and when you're not, there is literally no point just staring at a screen. So we had a really good stint at it now. However, I'm about to head off to the gym, get my body moving, get some endorphins in on Monday morning. I always feel like it's going to be a good week if I get a workout in on a Monday. So we're going to go and train legs. Of course, I just have on this little coral able set. I am obsessed with these sets. You've probably heard me say this about 1,000 million times, but I'll put all the links in the description box below. Yes, let's get off, get to the gym and get in a good workout. I feel like I still sound very out of breath from the gym, but I've quickly gotten back in and got changed. I had such a good workout. I'm so glad I fitted that in first thing on Monday morning. Right now I'm about to head off to the medical school. I actually haven't got my first small group teaching until 3 till 4 for my decision making module on euthanasia, and I've done all of the prep for that, so that will be a really good discussion. And then we also have a meeting 5 till 6 about next year, third year clinical years, which is honestly so surreal to think that it's coming to the end of second year and my pre-clinical years. I'm going to be thrown into hospitals and placement next year, which is so exciting. But because for my year, we are the first year where the curriculum in the UK has changed, and we have this big exam at the end, I think called the MCAT. You know what, I'm not actually sure what it's called, but that is what the meeting's about, because I think they're switching up the timetables a little bit for the rest of our clinical years. But anyway, I'm going to take my meal preps out of the fridge, but head to the medical school now and get myself over there for the rest of the day. After enjoying a working lunch and my tofu stir fry, it was time to get back to my personal interest project for the afternoon before heading to a small group teaching all about analysing medical research before going to the lecture, which was actually really quite overwhelming to find out what the next 3 years have in store. So it's just gone at 7:20 and I just got back in from the medical school. I just spent the rest of the day just finishing off a little bit of my personal interest project. It really is getting to the point where I'm getting to a little bit of a block with it, and it takes a lot of motivation to do it. However, we have got a first draft. I mean, the references aren't done and it's still a little bit messy, but there's a first draft and we're good on the word count. I'm really happy with it, so progress. Tonight I actually need to prep for my GP placement tomorrow, so I have a little bit of work that I still need to do on that. I also need to crack on with some editing, so I'm going to spend a few minutes just sorting that out, and then we're going to go and grab some dinner because I've gotten really hungry and I need some energy to fuel the rest of the evening. So it is now just after 10 and I've just had a shower, popped on my pyjamas, and I'm now watching a little bit of Netflix, which is of course a Pretty Little Liars, my absolute favourite. I am very, very tired and ready for a good night's sleep. We've got a nice and early start tomorrow, ready for my GP placement, read a little bit of my book, and I will see you all in the morning. Motivation really does come and go, hence why it's so important to form a good routine based around habits that keep you on track. My morning routine is practically the same every single day, and this helps me start each day really mindfully and set up for the day ahead. Good morning everyone and happy Tuesday. So this morning I woke up at 7, got some breakfast, and I've just been doing an hour of my Anki flashcards to start the day. I always love when I get these done first thing. Anyway, now that it's out of the way, it's actually nearly 9 o'clock and I do have my GP placement today. However, it's not in person, it is on Zoom online. This term has still been a little bit funny because of COVID and trying to get us all into the surgeries. So it's not actually my turn to go into the surgeries today. We have ours on Zoom. However, I always love my GP placement, so I am really looking forward to it despite the fact I'm doing it from my little desk. Today's topic is actually fertility, so that will be really interesting. And also we have a new GP leading our session, so it'll be my first time meeting him. But I actually really don't want to log in late, so we're gonna log in now and have a really good day of placement, but on Zoom. So it's just gone 12:30 and we've just stopped for lunch, but I had such a fun morning. It was all about infertility and the menopause, and then we also did role plays for myocardial infarction and gastroesophageal reflux. I was the patient and apparently I was really good at role plays, so I was very happy with that compliment. However, my history taking as a doctor didn't seem to go quite as well. I just didn't really know the red flags, which is really important, and I'm actually going to look over after lunch. But right now I am starving, so I'm just going to go and get some food, get my meal prep of course, have a little break, and then look back over some stuff after. So I've just finished my lunch and I feel so much better after a little break and some food. However, I actually seem to have a spare half an hour before I have to join back on the Zoom for placement. And like I said, I want to use this rare little bit of time to actually look over some of the syndromes that I really wasn't understanding this morning. Didn't have a basic knowledge of the risk factors, the symptoms, everything like that. And I'm actually going to use QuesMed, which is so excitingly actually today's video sponsor. Now, if you haven't heard of QuesMed, it is honestly an amazing resource for medical school. If you're like me, I thought QuesMed was only actually good for clinical years. However, there are so many ways you can use it in preclinical years, and they've also released a whole section with basic science, so you can use all of those practice questions too. And throughout the week, I'm going to be showing you exactly how I'm incorporating QuesMed into my study routine to make the most out of these amazing resources and hopefully boost my grades. They have all things from practice questions, mock tests, mini tutorials, videos. Really is such an exciting all-in-one platform. However, right now I'm going to actually use something called their QuesBook, which is so handy, and you can just put into the search bar and find the different syndromes. So I was really struggling with myocardial infarction, exactly what it is, how it's different to angina, and it just comes up here with all the summarized key points that you need to know, like the definition, the risk factors, the classification, presentation, basically everything I need to actually sound like I know what I'm talking about this afternoon. So I'm going to sit here and look at all the different topics that we've been speaking about, and you can also add these to your question bank. So I'm going to just do 20 minutes of questions to just go over the topics one more time, trying to get it a bit more in my brain. It's a lot more reliable than just searching onto the internet, and also it's all in one place. So I've just got off the nicest patient phone call. We just got given a patient each to phone up and take a history of and go over their experience of going through the menopause. And honestly, she was so lovely and went through quite a horrible experience of the menopause. But going on to HRT has made a huge difference to her symptoms. And I just don't think the symptoms of menopause are spoken about nearly enough. There's a much better stigma than there used to be a few years ago, but I still just think there's not enough honest conversations about it. And it was really interesting to hear her story, and I learned a lot from that. I'm just going to write that up so I can present it to the rest of the group on Zoom, and then I think we have a few more activities to do for this afternoon. That has put me in the best mood. It was just so nice to have someone that really wanted to talk to me and share their story. So it's just gone 5:30 and I've finished placement for the day, and I'm about to head off to the gym. I have to say, I feel a little bit mentally exhausted from the day, but it was my second to last GP session, which is So surreal. But anyway, my head definitely needs a little break. I'm going to go and do arms and a little bit of abs because I'm not going to lie, my legs are still killing me from yesterday. So a light little session today, but I'm really looking forward to getting out of this house and getting my body moving. So I've just got back from a very sweaty gym workout, although I feel so much better for going. It's just like a good mental refresh. I often feel if I'm really tired, it's normally mental rather than physical. So getting to the gym does the world of good. I quickly popped in the shower because I felt disgusting. And guess what? I popped my pajamas on. For some reason at the moment, I'm really in the habit at the end of the day of getting into my pajamas for dinner. I just feel so cozy, and knowing that I'm in, and even though I do need to do some work this evening, it just separates the daytime to the nighttime, and it makes me feel about 10 times more relaxed. So I'm gonna go and grab some dinner, and then we need to get on with some editing for the evening. I'm not even that hungry tonight, so I'm just gonna make some sausages and hummus, something really simple, grab that and then get to it. After a quick dinner, it was time to get to editing before I ended the evening with half an hour going over abdominal examinations we covered earlier that day. The new Quezmed OSCE section is honestly amazing, with the complete OSCE book with all the information you need, and then you can practice your skills by either inviting friends to study with you online or solo study each station with a scenario in clear mark scheme and walkthrough guide. But after recapping my skills, it was time to get myself to bed. Good morning everyone. So it is now Wednesday and I'm literally just about to head out of the door to the medical school. I got up at 7:30 this morning, did my journaling, a little bit of yoga, got some breakfast, and now I am getting myself over for my brain and behaviour module. We have an anatomy session where we've had to prepare these presentations, and mine is on Parkinson's. So hopefully that shouldn't go too badly. Unfortunately, I can't record in the anatomy rooms because of the Human Tissue Act. But then after that, we've got a meeting as an M group to try and sort out our debate on transplants, because next week for my decision making module we actually have this like whole year debate on our stance on transplants, which sounds really interesting, but we haven't organised anything yet. So that is the plan today. So a busy but productive day ahead, but let's get to the medical school. After my anatomy session and discussion, I then settled down in the library to work my way through my pre-recorded lectures by writing my Anki flashcards as I went along. As you know, this is my favourite method to save me the most amount of time, so I just spent the morning doing this before a much needed lunch break and treated myself to a Costa coffee to get back for the afternoon and work on my personal interest project. Now, as a dyslexic, I really do find essays very challenging and the hardest part of medical school. However, making sure you have a good plan, leaving enough time, and also putting everything through Grammarly and working through it paragraph by paragraph all really help me. So I made such good progress on this before deciding to head home and finish for the day. So it's just gone 7:30 and a very tired looking Anna has just gotten back in from the medical school, and I've literally got straight into bed. I'm honestly exhausted by the day, but we did have a really productive day, and I actually really enjoyed talking about our debate, which is for organ transplant and what the law should be in the UK. Right now I'm going to go and make myself some dinner. I'm absolutely starving, and then we're going to get on with some editing for the evening. So I'm not even sure I should be showing you this because I think the landlord is going to kill me, and let's just pretend this never happens. However, this is a fine incident of Anna being the clumsiest person in the entire world. So this morning, casually walking down the stairs with my coffee in my hand without the lid on properly, and I fall backwards, and I've managed to get coffee absolutely everywhere. And I did try to clear it up, but I've come back and it's still not looking great. So I think this weekend we're gonna have to try and grab ourselves some paint to try and sort this mess out. But this is just such a typical me thing to do. Throwing my coffee all over the place. It's now just gone 9:45 and yes, I'm back in bed. Just been sat doing my editing for tomorrow's video, and there's actually so much to get done for such a short video because tomorrow's the day that I make the big announcement of changing my channel name from Everyday Anna to what it will be now, which is Anna Rebecca. And I just have this feeling that this change is so needed and it's just the right time to change. However, there is so many little bits and bobs that I need to get done, and I also want to make everything perfect and seamless for everyone and sort out the giveaway, which will be up on my Instagram now, which is Anna Rebecca XX. I'm giving away one of my beloved coffee machines with all my favourite coffee pods, and then second prize is a little hamper worth over £100 of all of my favourite bits and bobs. So trust me, you don't want to miss out on that. So head over to my Instagram for all the rules on how to enter. Even though I'm nowhere near done what I need to get done, my laptop seems to be making this ridiculous whirring noise. I'm not sure if you can hear it. But my brain also feels a lot like what my computer sounds like. It's just very, very tired from the day. So I think I just need to get to bed, have a good night's sleep, and then I'm just going to crack on with that tomorrow morning. Not like I don't have thousands and thousands of lectures that seem to be accumulating, but I've just got in the back of my head, it will wait and I will get it done at some point. But it's always about prioritising tasks, and today was my essay. We've done that. Tomorrow is going to be to get my video sorted, and then we are going to prioritise these lectures. But yes, first of all, a good night's sleep is very needed. Good morning everyone and happy Thursday. So I've actually woken up to completely blue skies. I mean, look how gorgeous that is. When the weather is like this in England, it literally puts me in the best mood ever, despite the fact I've spent my entire morning having major arguments with my laptop. I don't know what's wrong with it. It just seems to be whirling. There's red screens everywhere. There's little exclamation marks all over my screen. So that has been very frustrating. However, I'm determined to have this video done today. I don't know how much of my day I'm actually going to have to spend doing it, but it will be done by the end of the day, I promise you that. However, right now it is 20 to 11 and I have a small group teaching in the medical school for my cancer module, so I need to get over for that. Fortunately, I have already done the prep for that, so I am prepared despite being very behind this week on lectures. I'm just going to stay really late at the library today and try and get on top of them because it's starting to stress me out a little bit knowing how many there are to do. After a lovely walk in the sunshine and my small group teaching, I actually decided to head off to the main library for the afternoon to have a change of scenery. I actually did end up spending a lot of the afternoon prioritising my video, but I ended up making up for this by staying rather late in the library for me so I could finish off one of my modules and have a slightly clearer head. Ignore how red and flustered I look. I literally speed walked back from the main library because it's nearly 9 o'clock everyone, because after my video and everything went up at 6, I just really needed to get a crack on with the long list of lectures that I seem to have not done this week. However, we actually managed to finish my brain and behaviour module from yesterday, so I feel really happy and accomplished after doing that. And also just everything seems to have gone so well with the name change. You all seem to love it, and let me know still what you think of the change because it's just seemed like a huge deal to me. However, right now I just need to get myself some dinner. I'm not sure what I'm going to scramble together, but I'm going to have that, then hopefully relax for a little bit and get to bed. Good morning everyone. So it's now a Friday and I've actually been up for quite a while this morning. I was going to treat myself to a rare lion because I ended up in bed very late last night just finishing off loads and bits and bobs from yesterday. However, my body seemed to have other plans and it's still up at 7 o'clock. I do sometimes find this if you get into a really good routine of waking up early, that one time you don't want to wake up, your body just literally doesn't let you do it. However, it's meant that I've actually had a really productive morning. I've got some breakfast, I've done an hour of anatomy prep for later, and I've also started one of my lectures for today, which is my reproductive module, and I'm going to go and take myself off to the gym now before we head over to the medical school for the rest of the day. There are a lot of things to do as always. Start it in the best way, move my bodies, get some endorphins and go and see the sun. So I've just got back from the gym. Did I record anything? No, I was feeling really in the zone and forgot to record anything, but I feel like I look so sweaty now. My hair is literally damp from the gym. But anyway, we need to get out the door in 3 minutes time. I've had the fastest turnaround ever. I'm still out of breath, but we have a small group teaching for my reproductive module. Then there's also a lecture later. And yeah, we just need to go and have a really productive day, get over to the medical school and sort through this to-do list. After my small group teaching on infertility and different case studies of treatment, I then had my chickpea stir fry for lunch before settling down in the library for the afternoon, working through a couple of pre-recorded lectures before, yep, you guessed it, doing some more work on my PIP and sorting out my references. It's just gone at 7 and I've gotten back in from the medical school after a very long day. However, we did manage to get quite a lot done. I did a lot of my reproductive module and then I also did a couple of hours on my personal interest project. I feel like a broken record saying this, but honestly, it's been so hard to concentrate on anything else knowing that that is due on Monday and also that I have such a busy weekend coming up. Tonight I'm actually being really boring and staying in. I was thinking about getting a takeaway, but I'm just going to try and save the money for this weekend because I also need to pack tonight because I'm off to London to stay with one of my best friends and then we have so many exciting plans, so I'm really looking forward to that. But I really need a relaxing night because honestly my brain feels like it's about to explode and I'm also really hungry, so let's go and get some dinner and enjoy a chilled Friday night in together. Saturday morning started like any other, of course, with a big bowl of porridge to fuel the day before spending the entire morning trying to sort out my personal interest project to get it as ready as possible before I went away for the weekend. Good morning, everyone. So please ignore the fact I literally look like a crazy person with my rollers in yet again. I'm literally just about to head off to New Street Station to get the train down to London, and somehow I've made up the rule that it's socially appropriate to wear my rollers when I go travelling, but I am in a little bit of a rush. We've had quite a manic start to the day trying to finish off my PIP. It is so nearly done, and I'm going to do a little bit extra of that on the train down, as well as doing some QuesMed questions, because I've literally been so bad at my active recall this week, and I definitely need to get in at some practice questions on the train. But anyway, I'm literally so excited for this weekend. I'm going to stay with one of my best friends, Alex, and then all of my home friends are coming to stay with her as well, and we're going to Amazinico tonight, and then we've also booked this rooftop garden, so it's going to be such a fun weekend. I then treated myself to my all-time favourite lunch from Pret before heading on the train and actually doing some QuesMed anatomy questions on the mobile app, which is so great because all the questions are pre-done for you, so you can really practice your active recall. But also the mobile app means you can study offline for any kind of train journey where the signal comes and goes, or any busy journey. I then headed straight to Alex's house and had the best night with the girls. We went to Amazinico and a bar after, and I basically completely forgot to vlog anything, but it was just so lovely to be back with everyone and have a proper catch up. Good morning, everyone. So we're just sat here having a much needed Starbucks. Isla, what did you get?
I got a caramel frappuccino and a sausage sandwich.
And Kira's actually sat here working. Like, this is your job, sat here. It's not bad. What did you order?
I got a chai latte and a sausage sandwich as well.
Helping us get through the morning, because it did end up being a very late night last night. We went to Amazinico, which was really good, and then we went to this bar club place called Simmons. The only thing with Amazinico was silly expensive. But yeah, we're going to enjoy our Starbucks, and then I'm going to get a kind of early train home because I still need to finish my personal interest project. So I'm going to get off to the library but enjoy the rest of the time with the girls. So as you can see, I am now back in Selly Oak and home from London. I actually had quite a stressful train journey home, actually, to be honest. It was so busy. I've literally never seen the trains so busy. Like, the aisles were completely filled with people, so I was like scrammed in. But I honestly had such a lovely weekend. It really was so lovely just to see the girls get away, have a proper break. But this afternoon, back to work, and let's get this done. Sunday afternoon was spent finishing off all the final touches on my essay, so it's ready to submit for the deadline the next day, before meal prepping this delicious butternut squash and carrot salad to have for the week. So let's just ignore the fact it's now actually a Monday morning and the next day. Last night, after finishing off my PIP project and then I meal prepped, I literally completely crashed and was so tired and forgot to vlog anything. But I'm just about to click the submit button on my PIP essay, get that all done and finished, which is such a huge relief. It feels so good to know that that is done. And then I actually have a small group teaching up at the medical school at 10, so I'm going to get myself off there to start another very busy week. But I am going to end the vlog here, so I really hope you did enjoy this week's video. Comment below if you've had any deadlines or have any exams coming up, so we can all work through this together. And as always, remember to give it a big thumbs up if you did enjoy it, and I'll see you all so soon. Bye!